come around to say hello. One, I'm so fly. You took a nosedive. Careful when you play on my level. For you it's so. Hey, hello.
Motorola Riza 50 Ultra. Flip the script.
Hello, Moto.
Good evening to you and to the panelists. Good to find Tuhin here. Tuhin is one of my friends in the BJP and one of the more reasonable spokespersons that I know of. So good to have Tuhin on the show. Let's bite the bullet on your question. I believe that what's happening in West Asia, call it Middle East, and the economic security, it's not just energy, I think it's economic security. The ramifications of an oil price disruption and hike is going to be felt by citizens in this country for a very long time. So let's not restrict the conversation to just oil prices or LPG for that matter. The truth is this, Navika, and let's bite the bullet. And I want to put this on your program because I think your viewers need to know the truth. And your program is popular, you're highly respected. Let's bite the bullet on this question. Why are we actually having this problem? And I'll tell you what the reason is. Nobody will say it because people are so scared of the Modi-Shah combine. I'm not. So let me put the cards on the table. Mr. Modi goes to Tel Aviv, Israel. 36 hours later, the war begins. And here is the truth. Here is the truth. Mr. Modi goes and in the parliament says Israel is fatherland and India is motherland. Okay. I think Mr. Modi owes the people of this country an apology, and I'll tell you why. Israel a fatherland? Benjamin Netanyahu is wanted. He's got an arrest warrant for committing genocide. He's a corrupt man. Israel is a colonizer. We fought against the colonizers, the British. And Mr. Modi calls the colonizers as fatherland? A man who's accused of genocide of 20,000 children, he says you're fatherland? I think this is an insult to everybody in this country who are alive today. It's an insult to Mahatma Gandhi. It's an insult to Sardar Patel. It's an insult to Baba Ambedkar. It's an insult, I think, to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. It's even an insult to Shama Prasad Mukherjee and Vinayak Savarkar. These are people who fought for nationalism.
What about Bhagat Singh?
The debate topic.
No. What about Bhagat Singh? What about the other?
All of them. All of them.
Okay.
And can you imagine an Indian Prime Minister goes and sells his soul, and because he's the Prime Minister, all of us in India need to buy into the kind of foreign policy disaster that India has become? I mean, Mr. Seth, let me finish.
See,
please do not interrupt.
Do this purposely
Mr.
to
Seth,
tell you how irritating it is when you interrupt.
Navika, you got to tell this guy.
I purposely did it.
Tell this guy.
I never interrupted you.
He's nervous.
No.
Okay, Suhail. Okay, Suhail. The debate hasn't even begun. And Sanjay Jha, who was supposed to give us the entire economic ramifications, has right now only reached Sardar Patel, Mahatma Gandhi, and Shama Prasad Mukherjee. Hasn't given us any of the economic ramifications. But Tuhin Sinha, the questions here is, and let me ask the questions straight off the bat. Number one, the Prime Minister's visit to Israel a day and a half before the war began. Questions have been raised about it. Number two, why have we not condemned the military action and the obituary reference to Ayatollah Khamenei, two issues that have been raised by the opposition? And number three, what are we going to do about the economic fallout as crude oil breaches the $100 mark for the second time?
Well, good evening, Navika ji. Good evening, everybody. Let me address each one of these questions very specifically. First of all, I'm glad Sanjay, is experiencing some pain, some respect for Savarkar, which unfortunately his party does not have. So I must congratulate him for that. Now, the point is, but on the other hand, he continues, please don't barge in now, please don't, I need to address serious issues over here because, like Rahul Gandhi, you have only and only misled people through your absurd reference to Prime Minister's Israel trip. The Prime Minister Modi's Israel trip had been pending for some time. In fact, please don't barge in now. In fact, the trip, the war, we have a report which says the war was supposed to start 5 days before. It got postponed concerned because of that, because of the trip. But anyway, that's a separate point altogether. Why are we facing this LNG crisis? We are facing the LNG crisis because, you know, the certain LNG manufacturing well in Qatar has been attacked by Iran. Are we responsible for that? We are not facing an LPG crisis. In fact, you know, the LPG production has been ramped up by 30% in the last 6 days. We are not facing a CNG crisis. We are not facing a PNG crisis. So first of all, no household is at any risk of not receiving cylinders, if at all. There have been minor glitches. It is only because of the supply side effect, which will be sorted in the next couple of days because of the ramped up production. So I think Congress needs to get its point clear. Number two, please understand that, you know, from the UPA era virtue signaling non-alignment to the calibrated nation-first multi-alignment, India has come a long way in the last 11 years. Prime Minister Modi is one of the rare leaders, or perhaps the only leader, who can speak to both of the warring sides with equal elan. He can emphasize the need for peace, for de-escalation, and enjoy the kind of trust which no other world leader does. And that is precisely the reason why you will see in the next few days all our ships, all our tankers stranded in the Strait of Hormuz will arrive on the Indian coast.
Well, we keep our fingers crossed.